What's up, everybody? This is the Crowded Room podcast with Alex and Jer. Tonight we got Amandeep Seehra with us. But first, some Switchblade Union as usual.
Switchblade to a single in the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knob. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I've been to the fucking side cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes where they go running high. That we don't wanna lie when the union arises. Street light shining, no more times arriving. Out when it's dark cause we midnight vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, never think about dying. Pulls up in the dark and we hang out with the Batman. Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright whining. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap on my first track. Killing shit cause I've been begging suicide. On the second, I don't care, just accept it. Like swipe and get doomed. Switchblade coming soon. Chill, satisfied when we holler to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast, bright. Make it eyes want, shut down, stars with the right swirl. Blood on my fist, knife test. My wrist, moonshine on the blade. Just cruising through the mist. Gonna be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knob. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I've been to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes where they go running high. That we don't wanna lie when the union arises.
Welcome back. One more episode of your favorite Thursday night activity, the Crowded Room podcast. We're here with Aman, Seehra, Jer Pilsick, and I'm Alex Price. You know this thing. It happens every fucking week, except last week. I don't think we did it last week.
Bit of a pee-pee slap.
Yeah, so we're back fresh out of YouTube jail. Thank you guys so much for being valiant listeners, patrons of our goddamn product here.
We got to behave for the next
Who owns
90
YouTube?
days.
I guess Zuckerberg, no. Yeah. So Facebook owns YouTube or what?
Google
owns YouTube.
Yeah.
And who owns
and
Google?
Google is Google, right?
Yeah, but who's the rich Bezos asshole behind Google?
Good question.
I know.
Elon Musk used to be a part of that, wasn't he?
A part of Google?
Wasn't he a part of Google?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that at all, but whoever he is.
Jamie, can you look
Yeah,
that up?
we love you. We're loyal servants of Google and we never say anything bad. Jewish people, one of my favorites. I always say this. I love Jewish people.
You never say
Black people. I'm all about the black people.
Cole Campbell, Sergil Brin, Law, founder of Google. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, but no one really knows him like a Bezos or like a Musk or something, right?
No, he's low key, bro.
That's how I would be if I had all that money too. You guys don't need to even know what I look like. Yeah.
Pay someone else to be the face of the company.
That's just
it.
To
be
like
face.
a homeless guy. Hey, you want a sandwich? Have a fucking picture with you're the CEO of Google now.
Yeah.
Just see him on the streets, just
People
out.
kicking him.
Yeah.
And say, hey, whoa, hey, not me.
Yeah.
Most of the richest people in the world are kind of like that, though. They like we don't know who they are.
Not all of them. Fucking Elon loves the spotlight.
But there's people way richer,
right?
Him.
Bezos started the T90 shit and got jacked, and now he's flaunting it everywhere. Right? It's kind of like their skill is making money.
Is that what he did?
Right.
T90? What's T90?
No, it was a joke. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's over your
No. I don't know. I didn't know. I assumed
The
T90 was
T90X
testosterone.
shit. Remember back in like 10 years ago, people
you
would order that video
You
online.
mean P90X?
P90. There we go. There we
Fuck
go.
off.
Over your head. But anyways, yeah, that was too long ago for me. I remember one of my friends being like, "Yeah, I tried that shit, dude. It's crazy." And it's basically you just do a bunch of chin ups like really fast.
Yeah, dude. No, I used to do that shit.
Yeah.
I used to do maybe not the chin ups, but the ab shredder. It was called.
Right.
It was like a 6-minute ab workout, and it literally like afterwards your abs were fucked. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Got to try some more of that. But anyways, we're back from YouTube jail. They fucking smacked us down, and for a week we couldn't go online.
They didn't like that doctor.
They didn't like the doctor guy.
They took the episode down. I appealed it. They brought it back up.
Yeah.
But I think someone didn't take the time to watch all 3 hours. I don't know. But either way, like a day later,
and then they
took
did
it back down.
And then they did watch it. Oh no.
so it was back up for a bit. So now it's gone forever. Eventually we'll put it back up on Rumble. I'll post a link for that.
Right.
We're gonna have to change a platform here.
Make
change
an
our platform
actual.
here one day.
Maybe we should do like special episodes on Rumble. I don't know. I'm not that interested in Rumble because I'm more interested in spreading this as far as possible. YouTube can help us do a lot more than Rumble. Then I am interested in having that specific conversation over and over again, right? Like,
and that's not what this podcast is about.
No.
We like to talk about all sorts of issues.
Yeah.
Or anything.
If this were a matter of my living and I could make a living on Rumble and I couldn't on YouTube, then fine. But like, I don't know. And there's no reason we can't also do the Rumble avenue.
Yeah, I definitely do it.
Right, but I just think the YouTube kind of spreads a little farther. And I mean, if this turns into a habit of them fucking us over, then yeah, we got to do something. But
honestly, it wasn't anything we said. It's because we had that doctor on, and as much as I love the guy, and it was a great interview, he said some things that YouTube doesn't agree with. So,
and just in general, people are trying to just erase that guy from the books of history.
Absolutely.
Right now. So, I mean, clearly I'm not against these policies.
Oh,
right?
yeah. No.
No.
Sorry, YouTube. Totally again. No.
Yeah. Happy Shabbat and Hanukkah.
We just can't do episodes like that all the time. After 3 strikes, if you get 3 strikes within, I think, 90 days, within 3 months, you the whole account gets wiped.
Really?
Yeah. And this is like my personal account that I've had since the beginning of YouTube.
Yeah. See, that's why we were going to start just a crowded room account.
A disposable account.
Yeah. Then you just crowded room 2, crowded room 3. Yeah.
Yeah. But
who knows?
Maybe one day we'll grow out of the crowded room and it'll be the not so crowded room podcast.
Right.
We'll have room for more than one guest all the time.
I don't know what the numbers are, but I can assume you're only going to retain a certain percentage of your viewership if you move over to Rumble.
Oh yeah.
And our pool to grab from right now isn't the fucking thing. So maybe that would kill us. Maybe not.
You guys probably just get a lot of viewers from Facebook, right? People just see the video on Facebook.
Yeah, right. We're very grassroots, really.
Yeah, it's really local.
Start, right? Yeah. We got a shout out from those Freedom guys, Luch and them, and Dominic, and that bumped up the podcast quite a few views, at least doubled it, for sure. But I mean, the scary part of that is we don't really want to generate a fan base that expects this controversial topic to be at hand every single second of the day, and just curates every single conversation into this funnel.
Yeah, we don't want to forget why we started this podcast, and that was just to talk about literally anything and have a good time doing it, right?
And it's going to take longer than a specified genre of podcast to gain followers, because it's not a specific thing that someone's looking for. Right, so into the mic. Tell everyone your name here. Come on.
I'm Amandeep Seehra.
Amandeep Seehra.
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
25.
25 years old in 2022. That's a good accomplishment. Not everyone makes it 25. So Aman, how are you?
I'm super duper good.
Yeah. What do you have to say to our vast audience of YouTubers?
Meet up at the Black Clover later on.
Oh, tonight? We're going to the Black Clover later tonight. So Aman, you were training for a fight this weekend, hey?
Yeah.
A little backstory. I'm sorry. Aman and me go back quite a few years. We trained together at Carm's gym. You guys probably know Carm from some previous episodes that we've put out with him. He's our head coach in MMA, but primarily you're interested in kickboxing, yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and that's where we met. Long time. I can't even tell you how long ago. But
4 years, I think 4 or 5.
4 years, which puts you at 21, which I would have never guessed that you were 21 at the time.
No,
but I mean, as long as you're willing to stand in front of a guy and strike with him, I don't really care what your age is. It's just what's in your heart.
Yeah.
What skills you got. So you're more inclined to the striking. Your cousin is a professional boxer from a very young age, right? And did that bleed through to your childhood at all?
Not really, man. Like Jag, not a professional. He was a national champion, and he's really good at it. But not really. I just saw Conor McGregor like win 2 belts. Like, sorry, Jag, but sorry, dude. I don't want to hurt your feelings here, but
right. So you grew up with a cousin dedicated to boxing for money, and you never saw any interest in fighting.
Actually, so like the thing was, not to like bash on him, but so Jag never did it for money. He did it amateurly, right?
Oh,
so
really?
The entire time he was pursuing boxing, he was working at Walmart, and like I remember, like we live in a Brown family, so I don't know. I just saw like everyone was kind of like telling him like not to do it, go get a job. Like,
oh yeah.
And then he still did boxing, and then he went to asphalt, which is really good for him. He started making a lot of money, and he got his golden gloves from it. But you know,
cool. But for you, that never really interested you.
No, I was always like, I know, like martial arts comes in the way of money. You're just like, someone's calling me.
Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen.
But you know, it's just so freaking cool. Like, you know what I mean? Just I don't know. But,
I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of odd that like you grew up with this and it would never interest you. And then just somehow in your 20s, you're like, yeah, I think this is something I want to do.
Yeah, no, it was like Jag and his brother Pinder were always like big influences on my life. But I was like 300 pounds as a kid. I didn't like
literally 300 pounds.
How much do you weigh now?
I'm 185.
Nice.
And what's your height?
Crazy.
5'10".
But when you're 300 pounds, what was your height?
I was like 5'9".
Oh, okay. Well, still, that's very big.
Yeah, super big,
that's
man.
Extremely
I was not very
big.
active.
Yeah. Do you come from a very like non-active party at that family, I guess, or was there like much nutrition,
just, like, really
exercise?
into the Xbox, bro. I was just gaming all the time, and then like I loved Halo, I loved COD, and then yeah.
Okay,
fair enough. That'll do it.
Right. It's just interesting to me, like what snaps the fingers and makes you think, oh, I'm gonna go punch people in the face for free.
I don't know. I got into a fight actually, and I won it. It was like outside the generator.
That's usually the catalyst. Yeah.
And then I won it, and I was like, yo, this is fun. And then I went to a boxing gym, and I got my ass whooped.
Yeah, it's usually the guy who loses in the street fight that the character arc goes, oh, I'm gonna be the fucking the best. Fuck you. I'm gonna get all the chicks.
Yeah.
Right. Kind of like a bad supervillain.
No, I beat up this guy who was older than me. And then I remember he like came back with like chains, but like, he kept fucking me up, and I just kept whooping his ass. And I was like, hey.
And he hit you with the chains?
He tried to. He was super hammered. And then he was like,
yeah.
And I thought it was hot shit because he was 25 and I was like 18 at the time.
Yeah. And you beat him up with chains?
Him.
Did you whack him with the chain at the end?
No, I was
what the fuck?
No, it was another street fight where I broke my glasses. So I was really mad. And I was like, I can't see. My glasses. But has
anybody seen my glasses?
Yeah. And then I don't know, I just started training at Shaolin with Betty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really bad though.
Because I'd assume you would go into boxing.
Yeah.
What made you think, oh, I'm gonna go into MMA?
Well, so then I started getting okay at boxing. I wouldn't say like at the time I probably thought I was crazy good, but I wasn't very good. And then I got into street fights, and these guys would just like grab me by the legs and wrestle me like they knew how to fight. And I was like, I need to learn how to wrestle or like kickbox or something.
Right. Well, at least you're smart enough to realize that a lot of people who get good at boxing or just start at boxing kind of like lift their nose at MMA.
Yeah.
And think like, if I just get great at one thing, it'll be better than if I'm okay at everything.
Not at all.
I don't think that's how it works at all. It's so easy to negate one single thing as long as you know all the little chess pieces there are to move.
I think a lot more people know how to fight nowadays too. Like actually have trained MMA, like fighting has evolved. You know?
Oh yeah, dude. I just like got into a scrap on the weekend, and this guy
weekend?
Yeah, dude.
Why? Where?
I was at Earl's. It was with coworkers.
Into the mic.
It was with coworkers, and
you're working at Earl's these days?
No. Drillers. We're just all there. We're hammered. Brandon was there. He like laughed. And then my driller keeps going off. He's like, Aman's a sanctioned Muay Thai fighter. He'll knock you out.
Sanctioned.
Oh shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just trying to like keep face, but I'm like,
like, what does that word even mean? God damn it.
Yeah, dude. But he's a driller. It was a big word for him. I was pretty proud. But yeah. And then this guy's like 300 pounds, like pretty big boy. And he's talking about how he trained with Coulter Mumba, like the Black Mamba downtown in Vancouver or Abbotsford.
Over my head, yeah.
He's a reputable fighter. A lot of the fighters at our gym know him. Like Ty's fought against his guys and stuff.
Is his name the Black Mamba, or did you just make that up?
No, his professional fight name, and he's a professional fighter. He just fought. He's like 40 now, and he just fought again, and he won like an $8,000 purse, I believe. But maybe it was in 2020 before COVID. And this guy kept talking. But you know, like some people say they like train, but they didn't train. So I was like, fuck it. Yeah. I'll fuck around and find out.
Some people
broke my glasses, and I was like, oh shit, dude.
What do you do?
It's hard, dude. Yeah.
Picked me up and slammed me, bro. And then my driller jumped in. Head? Yeah, my driller jumped. He runs in and tries to jump in, and he gets his ass kicked like 3 times. And I was all like, okay, we're just gonna ignore this happened, and we're just gonna go drink beers, guys.
Like with that guy.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? We were like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
You got to tell me.
I don't know what to do. I was
that's
just
out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was all for like fun, but like I was just like, fuck it. I was just like, see how good he is. And he turned out to be pretty good. He's like, fuck
yeah. What can you do at that point? Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think I'm lucky to the point where I'm look intimidated, like I'm big or whatever, so I can get out of a lot of fights just like not smiling at people.
Yeah.
And especially when I was younger and I didn't know how to fight, that was like it. That was my main card. And then when you try to see my hand, it's like, well, you got me.
Yeah. Well, I
just look scary.
I feel like I'm pretty good at fighting, but this guy was just better. But I don't know, man. Like sometimes you just get drunk, you just want to find out. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like
you want to fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
But with you too, you're like good at fighting too. Like, you know what I mean?
Now.
Yeah.
Right. Not at 17 or whatever. Right. Yeah. I was still like a big fish in a small pond coming from Burns Lake. It's really easy to be good, whatever you want to call good.
Yeah, but Burns Lake, man, the fighters that come out of there, like that's weird. Burns Lake, what do you guys eat there?
Well, there's something. What it is a repressed fucking society.
Yeah,
of people that are just told they're dumbasses their whole life, and it's either fight back or bow down. Right.
Yeah.
Really weird for me because I wasn't born and raised in Burns Lake. I was just plopped there at about 14. So I was born and raised in like a city with like violence and gang, like black kids and Mexican kids. Yeah, no, it's real, dude. If you've ever seen like the stereotypical black guy who's like the good athlete in high school and he's kind of like the bully, like that's real, that exists. And every stereotype exists. That's why they call it a stereotype. Like there's a hint of truth to everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's intimidating because trust me, when you're 14 or younger, like you're not winning a fight against the athletic quarterback black kid, right? Or any athletic kid for that matter. But yeah. So then you come up here to that shithole little town where like people are swaddled by their parents until they're fucking like 20 or something, right? And I was like 13 running around by myself while my mom did 2 jobs just to afford everything.
Yeah.
It was a eye-opening experience for sure. And it told me that if you're gonna be running around on the streets like a fucking hooligan, you better know how to fight or know how to run or stay the fuck home.
Yeah, or you'll fuck around.
Right. Yeah. So it was rude awakening. And there was fights that I lost very young, right?
Yeah.
And so if I look like I know something now, it's because of all the losses compounded into one. Yeah. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Just don't fuck around and find out. Just train. Just show up to class.
Even living on the heart, I won't compare it to Burns Lake. It's nothing like that.
Jeff, and you've seen Burns Lake.
And I've heard the stories from you and others, and it's like it's a rough place to grow up. But like, you know, living up on the heart, going to school in town and not knowing anyone on the heart, I had no real friends on the heart aside from the people who lived like on my street. So like I'd get in trouble every like Friday. If it was a Friday night and I was like out and about, there'd always be like a group of hicks to fucking come cause trouble.
Alan and Braden just fighting people.
It's like those guys, man, just showing up. One time a car just like pulled up right in front of us, me and my buddy, and like 3 dudes came out and get their ass whooped.
That's intense. Like that's something I never really did experience, because no matter where I did live, even if it was a bigger city or not, there wasn't like 5 different high schools like you have here.
Mm-hmm.
And that just factionalizes everything. And there's, well, I don't like you because you're from this high school.
This
like you've never fucking met me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of like that here. It was like that here too, man. I remember going to Lakewood, and like people would show up, and like, you know, there'd be certain kids that were like the tough kids of the school, and they'd, you know, think they have to like defend their territory or something, you know, like, right. If it wasn't another tough kid showing up, they probably didn't care, but there'd always be tough kids coming from other schools, like DP Todd to Lakewood or PGSS to Lakewood. And
yeah. I hate that shit. And then you go to a party and all of a sudden the kids from another high school show up at that party. That's something that we never had in Burns Lake, because there's only one high school. So even if the group of kids you don't hang out with show up at the party, we still know who you are, and like we still went to school with you. And
right. I feel like maybe it's just an age thing here, but when I was growing up, it wasn't that cliquey. Like, really, everyone was like, if you were beefing with someone, you were just beefing with them. Like, their boys are good with you, and your boys are still good with them. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. There wasn't unless you were like like a skid kid, like my age. Yeah. Then like those guys like fucked around a lot. They're just always fighting in like Stoner Park in front of the mall, and like sometimes I'd walk over to the watch, but a lot of the times everyone was like really preppy and like super nice when I was growing up. It kind of all started when I started going to bars. It's just like bar fights with the old people. Yeah.
Lenny just showed up.
Lenny,
what's up, Lenny?
Thank you, Lenny. Hey, Lenny. Lenny's a good friend. Yeah, he's from Boston.
Man, I went to PGSS for grade 11 and 12, and at that time was when they were closing schools down around the outskirts of the Prince George. And so like all the Blackburn kids started coming into town, and like
and they're just pissed about it.
They weren't really pissed. It's just now there's like a bunch of skids, and like they used to like fight kids from that school. Now they go to that school.
Okay.
Yeah, that sucks. And then instead of it being Blackburn versus the Hard, now it's like PGSS with all those Blackburn kids versus the Hard kids. And yeah, dude, I kind of got in with the skids as a skateboarder back in the day.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, man, I used to see that shit go down all the time.
No matter what you do, there's going to be the factionalized kind of us versus them. I think in any situation, it's always going to end up, if you put 3 kids together, it usually ends up 2 of them team up against one of them.
Yeah, the weakest one. Yeah.
So no matter what, that's just human nature, I think, until we get the singularity or something. But it's very different coming from America to Canada. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up in America?
Laughlin, Nevada. It's a small town 45 minutes south of Las Vegas. You know how Nevada's a triangle?
Yeah.
Laughlin's like the very bottom tip of the triangle. Yeah. So there's like, you go 30 minutes west, you're in California. You go literally over a bridge, you're in Arizona. And right where we are is Nevada.
Lenny wants to know how you're doing.
How I'm doing? Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you, Lenny. I just got my fucking hair cut. You know, it took me a while. It took me 3 months. The hairdresser was like, yeah, that was 3 months ago. I was like, oh, sorry. She probably thought I found another one. She's fucking pissed.
Man, do you remember when your hair was blonde?
Yeah. Oh, we don't have pictures of that. Yeah. Not pre, but first off in the pandemic, no one could get their hair cut. Right. So I literally started I'd comb my hair with my fingers and shave the top of my fingers. And it made like a nice barrier of exactly how long I wanted my bangs and everything to be, but I couldn't do the back of my head. So I started growing out the mullet, and no one could cut my hair at all. And I started cutting everyone else's hair into mullets and whatnot. Yeah. My mom was a hairdresser, so it's in my blood. I'm vetted for life. Yeah.
Haircutting?
No. No. But yeah, then I took a cheap fucking thing of dye because I wanted it blonde, and it took 2 every time.
The Tiger King.
It was a little fucked up, but I liked it.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dyed my hair blonde too. I did not like it at first, but when I got the frosted tips, I was like, this was a good idea.
Yeah. I like the frosted tip look.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty sick.
Cassandra wants to know if you went to College Heights Secondary School.
Nope, PGSS.
She said the word preppy seems like a College Heights thing. She went to College Heights, so.
No, I was not a toaster kid.
Oh yeah,
played ball at PGSS.
Shit.
Yeah,
cool.
Great. Hope you're good, Lenny. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We got to get you to call in another time here. I don't think we put that thing up just yet.
I missed it.
Right.
Our last 2 episodes aren't even up right now.
Really?
It goes from episode 28 to episode 31. Because
so the one with Dominic and Luch got taken down too?
No.
Oh, they asked us to do that.
Yeah, because the elections right now. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, Carm.
Carm, vote for Carm.
We'll bring that episode up next week.
Vote for Carm.
Let's go, Carm, dude.
I went to the pre-voting thing yesterday. There was a lineup so fucking far out the door, and someone leaving got questioned by someone in line, like, how long did you wait? She's like, over an hour.
Fuck.
And we don't even know how big the line was when she started waiting, but it was a big fucking line. And I just got off work. I was not feeling it at all. So I left. I'll have to go on Saturday.
Yeah, I didn't go either.
It was pre-voted. It was it wasn't the actual election day.
There's another one on I went. It was dead though. It was nice.
Really?
Yeah, Civic Center. What day was it?
Right. I couldn't go till 5 p.m.
Different places to go.
They keep changing the location. It's weird to me. Civic Center. Then I was at the CN Center yesterday. Then
CN Center is where I went.
Yeah.
So I tried to vote for Carm. If anyone's local here, sorry, Lenny. Our coach Carm is running for city council member.
Yeah.
City council member. He wants to fucking drain the swamp, no, I'm kidding. But that's how we get the mega chant going.
Man, did you guys see that? There's a video online. You can watch him, and he's just like, oh, dude, it was so sick.
Yeah. He puts all that on Facebook.
Does he? Is he share?
Yeah. I've seen Cassandra watching it before.
What are you talking about, though, in the video that you were explaining?
Oh, he's just like, fire them all. They all suck. Basically,
he didn't say
city
exactly council
in so many words. Allegedly, that's what we'll say. Yeah. I think it may be brash, but these are brash times, and it's came to.
Dude, I was
taking out the fucking bathwater.
Yeah, I was canvassing with Carm downtown, and we met this guy. He's from Surrey. He's Brandon Hebert's boss in a way, like maybe one of the part owners for the strippers, and he was like telling Carm, like, don't go and attack him. Carm's like, no, I'm gonna do it. And he was like giving like actual reasons to, and I was like listening to him. I was like, maybe you shouldn't do that. You are gonna work with these guys like later. Like, don't get like bad blood.
Yeah.
And then it comes down. We're at the debate. I think it was on the 3rd or the 4th. And I'm sitting there with like guys from Kite MMA, Zach and Jag Sandhu and like Jazz Sandhu and one of my buddies, Sam. And Carm does exactly what he said he would. He just goes to attack, but like everyone starts clapping. It was so sick, bro.
Sweet.
Yeah, they muted it on the video. They muted it because there's a homeless man. He started getting crazy about it. But
that'll happen.
Wow, of course.
And I think that's the reason that Carm's going so hard.
Yeah. And so like, yeah, man, that's awesome though, because like the people who were in charge or who are in charge, like they're fucking around. Like, look at all the like that budget that went over by like however many million, like that alone is a reason to question all their fucking
at the end of the day, he's still playing the game, and you can't just go kick dirt in everyone's face and expect them all to be your friend, right? Like you gotta infiltrate.
He's doing it intelligently too, right? Like he did shout out the ones like that, forgot the guy's name, Brian something, and
Skakem or whatever.
Yeah. And
he seems like he's all right.
But we're downtown, we're canvassing. He's doing a service. I did it twice with him. I don't know if he did it like more times than that, but he's like canvassing. He's like actually getting information in from all the other business owners downtown about the homeless issue.
And he's talking to the homeless as well.
Yeah. And we did that. That was a little sketch. They're just like, we should get money for cleaning up the trash. I am so biased with the homeless. I am tired of giving them tax dollars. Just my opinion. But they were just like, we should get paid to clean up our trash. And I was like, don't you guys put the trash here? Like, that
specific area around the gym. Yes, they do, because that's right next to the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
And I mean, it doesn't matter how many fucking trash cans you put around that place. They're still going to just drop their shit on the ground.
Yeah, but the only problem with that is because, like, if you guys know Chris Black here, he used to have the Black Donkey Cafe. And so he used to try to help some of the homeless people by paying them to sweep up little things like that. And then
buy crack.
No, then one person claimed all these false things against them, that they got hurt sweeping or something like that, or like took them to court. Fucking dude, yeah. And all he was trying to do is help this guy, and this guy like just turned it around on him and took him to court and made all this money off of him.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. So like there's things like that, like
yeah.
You're not actually hiring these people, so it's like you're just giving them cash, right? And it's like
yeah,
I don't know.
And that specific guy probably got other offers for help in his past, and he probably did the exact same thing to them.
Well,
and that's why he's on the fucking street. So it's not an issue of how much money they have. To me, and I'm not the person to fucking ask about this, to me it's an issue of mental health. There's a clear and present issue with this guy's brain. Doesn't matter if you give him $1 million, he's gonna fucking blow it and end up right back on the street. It just might take a little longer, but I truly believe that you give them everything in the world, they're still gonna fuck it up. And that's not for everybody. There are people that are just down on their luck, and you give them a place to live and some basic universal income, whatever, and they're gonna turn it around because they really want that.
Well, like,
a lot of these people don't want
right
that.
Now. There's some low-cost housing and stuff that was just built right by where my grandpa lives, actually, the home he lives in, and they're all worried about that area because they built so many new units
for
these people. It's right near the corner of Massey and Kearney, and in behind there. And anyways, like they're really nice places, and they're all full now. I guess what happened was at the beginning, like, the first wave of people that went in there, like, at the end of the month, there's like, I guess, some kind of inspection or something. It's like you have to have your house cleaned for like one day of the month. And a lot of them were like not about to do that. So like they got kicked out.
Yeah.
And, but now I think they filled it up with people who are keeping them clean. And like, so there is people out there that do like exactly what you're saying. They do. All they need is a place to stay, a cheaper place to stay, and some help, and they're going to be okay. Right. But like, some of them, not so much.
And the thing about a bad apple ruining a whole barrel is a lot of times these sanctuaries, or wherever you want to call them, where people can go, they get taken over by these like cliquey, that's lack for a better word, but the idea is there's a hierarchy of homeless people, right? And if you don't toe the line, you kind of get shunned and ostracized. And like it's not just like come one come all, this is utopia. Like no, they kind of run it just like anything you get into. There's a hierarchy behind it all. And one guy is the top and one guy is the bottom, and you're somewhere in the middle usually, right? And if you don't toe the line, they'll make your life miserable and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was with Carm, we were interviewing those homeless, and I think I met 2 guys. Their fingers are chopped.
Whoa.
Yeah, it looked freshly chopped off. Probably owed someone money, or they just didn't listen.
I met a homeless guy with chopped fingers one time.
Oh yeah, with the cigar snipper.
I don't know.
Cigar circumciser.
The one guy, he was missing his pinky, and the other one was chopped to like halfway.
No, it most likely frostbite.
Maybe
if you're sitting out on the fucking around here when it gets -30.
He was a Hell's Angel.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I think it's more like
I would too. I would too, though, if I lost a finger from fucking frostbite. Oh no, I was fucking fighting a tiger in Siberia.
This guy's like,
bitch almost got me, but I
was like, how'd you lose that? How'd you lose your fingers? He's like, huh? Oh, because I'm Hell's Angel. That's all he would say. Because I'm Hell's Angel. And then he's like,
yeah, I used to pull the trigger with that one, and they're like, not today.
And he had all these tattoos, and like I was like 18 or something, even younger, probably maybe 16, 17, just a young kid filming videos downtown.
Right.
And I was like, what do those tattoos mean? He's like, oh, it's because I'm Hell's Angel. And then he's like, oh, you want to see a tattoo? And he goes like this, and he's got like a big butterfly tattooed on his chest. And very basic butterfly.
Like anime, it's like winking.
Not even. It was like really shitty tattoo. And he's like, yeah, want to see a fly or something like that? He's like going like this to make it move.
It's like the titties.
That's in my head. It said it wants to say no one that's actually lost their fingers from gang activity is gonna like brag about it and like show you want to see my tattoos.
He
like,
was fucked up.
Yeah, I get it. Like when you're fucked up, that'll happen. But I think if you're actually like a gang member that's had shit, you're not gonna just flaunt it out into public, right?
Man, you know what's crazy? When you're back on your drilling days, do you remember meeting guys and they just flaunt being in a gang?
Oh, okay. Well, we haven't gotten there just yet. So let me preface for the audience here. I used to diamond drill. I don't know if I've said that before in the thing, but Aman currently diamond drills for the same company that I used to work for. That was 7 years ago, I think, and I did that for 4 or 5 years. So that life is well behind me. But yeah, I've spent like 1 year. I spent 9 months up in Nunavut. Right in a fucking dry camp, the middle of nowhere. Basically, you take a Saskatchewan and go right up the middle of Saskatchewan till you hit the Arctic Ocean, like up in the around above the Arctic Circle and shit. And that's where I was, and like right next to the ocean. The helicopter goes up, you can see the ocean. No trees anywhere. In the summer, no dark,
no overburden. It's crazy, eh? You're just like,
what's overburden?
It's just dirt.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, no. There is exposed bedrock up there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You could potentially land a drill right on bedrock, and your casing is 6 feet.
Yeah.
Not even. It's not always like that, right? That's ideal. I've been drilling up on top of a rocky outcrop, which you would call a mountain, but in Nunavut there isn't really mountains.
Yeah.
It's so flat that
Yeah. I was just like in the Northwest Territories. I've mainly drilled in Yellowknife. The one time I went to like the edge of the Arctic, I was like by the ocean on snow, and then I got frostbite the same day I was there, and I had to leave. But yeah.
Where'd you get frostbite?
My face.
Oh, okay. No, you didn't actually get the frostbite.
No, I was in the hospital like 7 days.
Really?
I was, like talking about cutting off my ears, and my nose.
Jesus.
But yeah.
Were you not covered up properly?
Not covered up properly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tried to make a claim, but it's my fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. What's your fault? Yeah. So yes, that's an old life of mine. But please, what were you asking? Have I ever seen drillers squabble?
Yeah, man. I'll just go on the drill rigs, and then I try to get the drillers. I'm like, please don't tell these guys I do martial arts. Like, please don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They always like, I don't know what it is. Sometimes my drillers just gas me up. They're just like, talk about how I'm a fighter.
Where and talk about what? Like
just,
while you're at the drill?
Yeah, just cross shift, and then they talk.
It must be a quiet fucking drill. I remember having to do like hand signals, and like literally you have to go up to their ear and be like, ugh.
Well, if you want, you know, like cross shift, you're just talking with your cross shift
with the drill off.
Yeah, the drill's off. Yeah. You're getting ready to go in the helicopter.
Gotcha.
And then yeah, they'll just be talking about it. I'm like, please don't talk about this. Say something. I say I do something cooler or something, and then we'll like joke about me being in a gang or something, just jokingly. And then these guys are like, oh yeah, I'm part of the Hells Angels. And I'm like,
no, they're not.
Yeah. Hold the time, dude. It's so classic. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I hear it so much. I feel like it's just a thing with like construction workers, but they're all repping like they're part of a gang. Like Manitoba boys, East Coast
and maybe
boys.
they are. Maybe I don't know shit, but I know if it were me, I would not be saying that.
No.
Yeah.
To anybody
just
ever.
Flaunt
Right?
that shit.
But maybe they are. Have I seen drillers fight? Honestly, no. I stood up and asked another helper to fucking let's go outside, you piece of shit. And he didn't do it.
I wouldn't. Fuck that.
He didn't do it. I was 21, so I wasn't anything great. He was like 30 or something. But I think I like I wanted to like shake his hand and apologize about something. Maybe I made a joke. I forget. I was 20 years old. But he like grabbed his nuts, like shake these, and I was like, "Well, why don't we walk outside, motherfucker?" And he just wouldn't do it.
I'll twist your dick.
Yeah, right. And like you think like people would get mad at you over stuff? Nothing. My boss was sitting right next to us the whole time, and nothing happened. He didn't get up, but I was like, oh, come on. And no boss ever had a word to say to me about it. They're like, yeah, go, like, do this and then come back and we're going to finish our business here.
Yeah, project managers are cool like that. They don't really care about, unless it's with like a client, but like internal stuff just stays internal.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Between helpers, like, no one really gives a shit.
Dude, even if it's the driller, sometimes I feel like if you're trying to fight the driller, I feel like a lot of other people are probably trying to fight the driller. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just not a popular guy.
That's where they'll care, because the driller's making money. He costs more money than you. So it's like, hey, if we have 0 drillers and 5 helpers, we don't make money. We need 1-to-1 ratio here.
I've seen I remember just this summer. So this guy was like, I've only heard stories. I can't like confirm if it's true, but I heard it so many times. Like, you know what I mean? Like, had to be true. But this guy shat on the pad. Like, he just took a shit on the pad.
What's the pad?
Pad's where you sit your drill. Yeah. So imagine this, and then the helicopter just plops.
Hell yeah.
Because you can't just put it on dirt. It's uneven, right? Yeah, so you make a level pad with like posts and beams.
It's like the work area, and it's probably the size of this house. And then there's an entire bush full of trees, and you're like on the side of a mountain. You could like walk down to the river.
If you want to shit on the pad, you're an asshole and you deserve that shit thrown back at you.
Yeah.
Most times, like, if you don't want to go out to the woods, you just go fucking 20 feet over and shit in the woods, right? There's no outhouse. There's 0 outhouse.
Yeah.
They'll give you these survival fucking shit things that you can go buy at like the camping store, where it's literally like you just put a fucking garbage bag in a bucket and take a shit. That's all it is, right? One time up in Nunavut, that's what people were doing. I would never do that. Like, I'll fucking hold it as much as until I can't. And I've had to like go fucking shit before, but I'll do my best not to. These guys were shitting in the bag. And then there's a little survival shack in case like we get weathered in, we can't go anywhere. We have to live in this 10x10 shack with like granola bars and stuff stashed in it.
Yeah.
They'd go shit in there. And then someone left the door open. The ravens got the shit bag and spread shit everywhere. And I was like months new. And someone was like, "You got to go clean that." And I was like, "No, I don't. Like, I'm not cleaning shit, dude." Yeah, literally, like, your shit is on the ground. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
I love pranking you guys. One time I like to, I don't know, I get like the worst camps. Like, there'll be outhouses, not like real toilets, right? So it's kind of the same thing. Everyone shitting in there doesn't smell good. So I rather go shit by a tree and dig a hole. Like, this one time I was lazy. I was like, I'm not going to dig a hole this time. And I just like shit on like those diapers.
Yeah.
And then I wiped my ass with them and I left them in the bush. And then we're like going for the helipad, and it was like 1 kilometer away from the drill. So we're like walking over there, and was like, "Hey man, it looks like someone left something over there." And this guy like runs up, he's like grabbing it. He's just I was like, that's kind of mean, but it was so funny.
Right. The prank people would do when I was there is you'd shit in a bucket and you'd have the lid, but you'd write "live squirrel" on the lid. And then someone would be like, "Oh, live! Oh, there's a giant shit."
Yeah.
And you can't get mad at a guy for shitting in a bucket, right? Like, what are you doing looking for my shit, you little fuck? Yeah.
Dude, when I was working in Edmonton, we were doing the flooring at this Walmart, and we had these areas where we didn't have to have any of our like personal protection stuff on, like that everyone else would wear, like hard hats and PPE. So we could like just floor lay without all that stuff on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was -40 out back then, and there's like 2 outhouses like way out in the middle of the parking lot. So like just to go for a piss, it's like you got to put all your shit back on, then you got to walk all the way out there. It's fucking cold too, and like, you know, then do your shit, and it's like -40. So like we'd be working till like midnight, 1 a.m. So we just got the bucket out and
shit in the bucket, a communal bucket.
No one pooped in it. Actually, we just took a piss in it.
Yeah.
And man, I guess we didn't get rid of it. The next day, the safety guy's like, "Someone around here's pissing in a bucket." I was like, "Oh yeah, that was me." And he's like, "What the fuck you guys doing? Why are you doing that?" I was like, "Dude, man, it's too fucking long. No one's here. Why does it matter?" He's like, "You know, you can't fucking do that."
You just got to dump your piss bucket.
Dude, I remember we did the same thing. I was in Vancouver and we're building the SkyTrain, and no one would let a construction during COVID. No one would let a construction worker go pee in their washrooms. Like,
yeah,
right. And like, we just started peeing like in a bucket in like the Maruka, like these truck drills, and I remember I went to it like one day. It was like 3 days, just like 3 guys pissing in it.
All at the same time, crossing swords. No,
I wish though, but I went there and it smelled so bad. I was just like throwing up. I was
Dude,
like, no way.
Well, since we started talking about shit and pissing, our viewers have doubled. So let me tell you all about Shambhala.
This is the shit
you
fucking
think
podcast.
Seen some shit in your life? Oh,
man. You were telling us that on another one, yeah.
Shambhala, you show up to the outhouse in the morning. You know, you wake up, you gotta go. You know, and there's crazy lineups. You finally get in there, and like you've seen everyone go in, and the face they make as they go in, you can only imagine what it looks like. And then you get in there, and it's overflowing.
Oh, right.
You literally have to get up and squat, and like, oh my god, it was disgusting. Yeah, overflowing.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
I have no problem going into the woods and just fucking finding a tree or something that's fallen over, shitting on that. But thing is, when you're on night shift, you really don't want to go into the woods, man. They're like drillers go missing quite often from wolves.
Gotta go in a fucking
yeah, dude. Yeah, the amount of grizzly, not wolves. I've heard about wolves, but I've seen some grizzlies, and out there they're like really big, like
really big,
like
especially in Nunavut, dude. Insanely big, and they're blonde because they're half polar bears.
Yeah, I remember one grizzly I saw was like a Ford F-150 size. This is the biggest one I ever saw, and it was like by a camp L2 area, kind of where Allen's right now.
Yeah,
where it was, and I was like going in a truck. I think they go about like 30 kilometers an hour. I was definitely doing 50, and this guy was just keeping up, probably faster than the truck. And I was like, dude, that sucks. Just rip me apart.
Bears can fucking run, dude. Yeah, but the drill needs water, constant flow of water, to keep the hydraulics cool. So that water is up to 1 kilometer or 2 away from the drill. And in the middle of the night, if that water stops, you have to like go hike that line and see what the problem is.
Fuck.
Yeah, and it's pitch black in the middle of nowhere.
That's how people die.
That's how people die.
Everybody needs to get up together with flashlights, fucking rifles.
2 people isn't really going to change the story too much, but one person going by himself and not coming back is really sketchy, right? At least if there's 2 people, one person can come back and be like, "Oh, he got eaten." and I let him get eaten and I ran away.
Dude, you couldn't even really run away. Like they cut down. I don't know how. There's no trees in none of it, but in BC, so northern BC, there's trees everywhere, and they like really badly are fallen. So there's like, I don't know if you saw a bear, you're kind of just stuck. You can't outrun a bear normally, and trees everywhere.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah,
I've been on the other side of a lake from a bear. And it wasn't like a lake, like a big, it was more like a pond. And I was scared, dude. I was like, it takes no time for that guy to get over here.
Yeah.
Like I saw him, he was digging for like, they're called seeks, but they're basically muskrats.
Oh yeah.
And they burrow into the ground. And I saw him digging into after them. And oh my God, his muscles were just fucking, I was like, dude, if he wants to, I'm dead.
He's definitely hungry
absolutely
at that
dead.
moment.
Oh yeah, those things will fuck.
I saw a wolverine out there once, and everything was frozen. There was a little like creek waterfall that had frozen, and he's just like climbing up and sliding down this thing, and it looked like a baby bear until he got closer, and you could see like tiny little head, really skinny long arms, full on Wolverine. And I got so scared. Like it doesn't matter. I was in a drill with like walls, probably like 8-10 foot tall walls, fiberglass, and it doesn't matter. That guy could get in there, no problem. Yeah.
So Bob McGee is in the chat. Says
Bob McGee's been a while
again. Lonesome Lenny says, "You get combat pay for working that job?" And, Bob McGee,
you do get northern pay, I think. Like
$55 a day for being out there,
just for being way up north. Yeah.
Bob McGee says, "Had coyotes walk 10 yards from me while pheasant hunting. Pretty scary stuff if you don't expect it." Yeah.
Right. Coyotes can gang up and fuck you up for sure. It's hard to find around here. Like that's one thing about BC and just wooded areas in general. It's really hard to ever see wolves. Like if they're there, they're so blended in. Like, they have to like they have to fuck up and like go out into the open for you to see them. And in none of it, they're white. And in the summer, everything turns brown. So it's really easy to see. And there's no trees. So you can see them from kilometers away. Yeah. But they're way bigger too.
My buddy, Derek, he used to be my driller, but not just buddy. But he was like 2 months ago, he's like taking a shit, I guess, or something went wrong. He's like in the bush. He's fixing something or something's going on. And he was like, he thought he was hearing noises in his head. And then he like turns around and it was like a Wolverine. And he was like, holy shit.
In BC?
Like, yeah, in BC.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, and he said it wasn't that big, but he could
They exist, but they aren't that big.
Yeah, he said it was like a medium-sized dog, but he was like, dude, that thing was gonna fuck me up. Like, as soon as he noticed, like he could tell, like it was like
their arms are like the same length as ours, basically, but just a little bigger. The one I saw, it looked like a black bear. Like it was fucking big, dude. Yeah. But it just had a real tiny head and like long neck.
Yeah.
Fucking bear tore my garbage apart the other night.
Out here? Yeah, me too.
Right before that fucking windy ass day we had, where we got like, I think it was like 60-kilometer winds or whatever.
The bears are out this year, dude.
Yeah, dude. My garbage has never been hit like that.
No, mine too. And more than once.
Really?
More than once this year.
Right beside that.
Yeah, I live right next to Moore's Meadow there. And when I'm walking my dog, there's literally, you'll see like 10 bear shits.
That's messed up. 10
bear shits. And it's just like a 1 kilometer kind of little circle I do.
Yeah, there's lots of bears in your
Lots of bears. And they're eating all those ash berries and stuff. They don't digest them because you see it in their shit fully intact.
They got to like go through a park and then come across the street to get to me.
Yeah.
But, like you are literally right beside the fucking
but still never before this did they come for our garbage, and then now twice this fall. They came after
all
the garbage.
Housing developments up by UMBC, I'd assume. I
think maybe I think it's cyclical. Like they're just not getting as much food that in the woods as they would normally, or they just smell good shit in the garbage.
I've been cooking some good shit. Like, you know? Actually, Davey didn't even put because we had a bunch of leftovers from this beef stock I made, all these bones and stuff.
Yeah,
been cooking for like a week. Anyways, he's about to throw it out, and I was like, maybe we should put it in the deep freeze. So he bagged it up real good, threw it in the deep freeze, and then on garbage day you'll put it out there. Otherwise, just feeding the bear at that point.
I started feeling bad. I started feeling like, oh, this bear's starving. Maybe I should leave some food out for him.
And he'll get that pattern. He'll just keep coming to your house.
But he's still scared. He's a tiny little guy. I literally like I heard my garbage smash, and I like went out there like, what's going on? And I saw the bear run off with a bag of garbage in his mouth. He's not that big.
I came outside and it was so windy and it was blowing this fucking all the trash just in between these two houses. So it was just, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I had to go out and pick up trash and shit. Yeah, it was bad.
Luckily, the bag that got opened was actually like downstairs neighbor guy.
Really?
So we're like, hey, that's your garbage. You should probably fucking clean that up. So
I've had the biggest problem with my dog shitting while I'm at work lately.
Oh,
he's never had that problem. And then I think like he just ate something weird, but it's been like 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
Old.
He's old. He's 12. He's not so old that he can't fucking walk around or anything. Like he's getting up and down the stairs just fine. But his shits aren't very normal either. When he shits in the house, it's like runny shit. So you think like he's just having a bad time. He's got a shit. And the weird, I have all like hardwood floors and everything. He has to go on to the one spot that's carpeted in the basement. Yeah. He
comfy for his butt.
Constantly goes down to the basement and into this one little fucking, like, I think I have 200-300 square feet of carpet in the whole house. He loves it.
Dude, those Cassandra, they can shit on
heat-seeking fucking shit missiles onto the goddamn carpet.
Cassandra says, "Don't let Alex convince you he was not afraid of that bear."
Right. I was flexing at the bear and shit. No, the bear like stood up on 2 legs because he didn't have enough room to turn around right away. Because he went up my driveway between 2 cars, stood up on 2 legs and like and turned around. I was at first I didn't know it was a bear, right? But then a dog just barking his ass off. That was odd, and you're like, oh, that's weird. And then the next week it happens again, and now we start keeping our trash in the garage just to fucking try to keep him away. But then I felt bad. I was like, oh, this guy's starving. He needs our garbage.
Yeah. You're supposed to be the inside.
Yeah.
Lenny says, you ever hear of a Fisher cat?
Yeah. Oh no, not a Fisher cat, but a Fisher is a giant a weasel kind of not a marlin.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But a Fisher cat, I've never heard of that. Bob McGee says it's been really dry this year. That's most likely why not a lot to forage. Talking about the bears.
Okay, yeah.
And
so the berries probably aren't fucking crazy, especially the blueberries and stuff for the bears this year. That's probably why they're going for those mountain ash berries so much, and they're just not digesting for them at all. I don't like it. I don't need bears in my driveway, but I don't like thinking of a starving bear either.
So, your dog is ruining your carpet downstairs.
Dogs, well, as long as I show up while the shit's still steaming and clean it up. Luckily, he seems to want to shit in the same fucking like 4 square feet every time.
Oh, you must have shat there once.
I must have shat there once and showed him the ropes. Yeah.
Or maybe Cass did.
I think that's more like, because I don't remember shitting there, honestly, but one of us did.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna take your dog to the vet or like spank him?
No, dude, he's 12.
Spank him, rub his face in the shit.
Yeah, no, what I'm gonna do is fucking feed him less human food or something, right?
Yeah.
He gets spoiled and then he won't eat his kibble, and then we're like, oh, what about kibble and rice? And right, yeah. And then he does eat the kibble and rice. So we're like, oh, he likes rice. We give him rice.
I'm pretty sure they starve him because when I go there, he whines for food
nonstop
the whole time.
What kind of dog is
literally for hours.
He's a German short-haired pointer. And if it's anything like a lab, which is another retriever, like they're both bird dogs, they were kind of bred to be constantly hungry. Like I know, like a lab, and because you obey better when you're constantly hungry, right?
Yeah.
So I think that has
him into an asshole.
That plus he's been babied. He's never been trained to hunt. He's a hunting breed of dog.
Yeah.
That's never been trained to hunt. So he knows like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing something, but he doesn't know what to do. So I think he's really confused a lot of the time.
Yeah, my dog was a failed hunting dog. It's kind of cool. Now she's like fat and like lazy, but she'll want to go outside. She'll like see a fox and just chase it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cassandra says Fisher cats sound like human babies crying. It's crazy. That sounds familiar. Bob McGee says strong prey drive is also a very desired trait.
Right. Yeah. Cassandra used to have a female German short-haired pointer that had really hard prey drive because they're hunting dogs. They want to attack prey. They want to go retrieve and flush and point is why they're called pointers. They'll lift one paw up and like point their tail backwards, their nose forward, and they'll point right at a duck or a bird. Right. Yeah. So that we know, because humans aren't going to know where the fuck a bird is right away, but they know. They stop moving so they don't scare it. They point it out, and then you give them a command. They'll go wide and flank and flush it out to the middle, so that the bird flies middle, shoot, and it's usually above water because it's usually ducks or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then they go swim out and retrieve it for you.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, right. When you actually like train them to do that from day one, that it's really practical dog.
Well, her dog would just point. You don't even have to train it. It's like bred.
No, yeah. From babies, they point.
Yeah. Lenny's tapping out. Shay tapped in.
Oh, thank you, Lenny. I hope you have a good night. Hopefully we hear from you some week soon here. Yeah. And hello, Shay. Love you.
Yeah. Monkeypox survivor, Shay.
Yeah. Patient 0.
Yeah. Monkeypox survivor. What is monkeypox?
It's that disease you get
around your butthole.
Yeah, you spread it by being gay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Navy's got to go get shots for it, right? No.
Yeah. Navy's gone gay. Yeah. I love the dog. He's great. I would never spank him for shitting on the ground. It's literally like, it's not like he shits at will. He shits because I'm gone and nobody's there to open the fucking door for him, right? That's my fault more than it is his.
Yeah.
If you can't be home to let your dog out, you shouldn't have a fucking dog, right?
Shay says, blew my knee out in the monkeypox war.
Waiting too much kneeling.
Waiting for orthopedic surgeon to check me out. Bob McGee says, try pheasant hunting with a good dog. It unlocks something primal in your soul.
Right.
That's awesome. Sorry, I've never done it. Shay, you hurt your fucking knee. What happened? What'd you actually do?
He didn't really hurt his knee.
He probably did hurt his knee.
Okay. Come on the fucking show, Shay, and show us your goddamn knee and your
hobble your ass down here.
Yeah. Wheel your chair over here, old man.
We are 1 hour in right now.
Oh, there we go. So, Aman, tell us about you. What's something interesting that I would never know to ask you?
Oh, I pretty open book. You probably know a
what
lot. But,
if literally, like, what's something
know.
I wouldn't know? Yeah, and this is going. Your kids are gonna watch this one day, dude.
maybe not.
Yeah.
But, I got nothing. No.
Oh, you do. You
You're
do.
not interesting. Come on,
just
there's
a
something.
Driller and I kickbox, and I'm trying to learn jiu-jitsu.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you?
There's a lot of crazy things that have happened to me, but not off the top of the head. I fly in a helicopter for work every day.
Did you almost die one time?
Multiple times.
Okay, tell me about the first time.
What was the first time?
Yeah, I want to know more about you. We're talking so much about us here.
I'm might be all cap here. Might have not have almost died one time.
Straight cap. Yeah. Okay, I can tell. Yeah. So you fly every day to goddamn work in a helicopter. I know exactly how that is. They ever go rogue? They ever take you off fucking
we go
crazy?
We go on like cool like little flies. Like sometimes they just want to. They're like, oh, I see a grizzly, and we'll just go fly by the grizzly. We'll go like sightseeing. Yeah,
okay. Cool. I used to have a helicopter pilot that would like hit the side of a mountain like a quarter pipe. Like he would whoosh, and like come back down and shit. And that was fucking nuts. Yeah.
Dude, that stuff's so fun. I always ask, like, you get into a heli, there's always like a new engineer. They just got out of college. Like they've never been out to those sites. They've never been in a helicopter. And I'm always like, yo, Pete, can we mess with this guy? And then he'll just like nosedive all the way up, then back down. You're just like scared for your life, but it's so much fun.
I learned to just give in. And hey, if we die today, we die. But I'm not gonna spend every single day of my life worried about it, right?
Yeah.
I was young enough to not give a shit about anything, right? So it was real easy for me. But yeah, there were some cool ass helicopter pilots that would take us to and from work. Like some of our drills were a half-hour ride away. That's a lot of fucking the helicopter can travel a long distance in a half hour, dude.
Yeah.
And coming to and from camps, helicopter, and those giant Russian ones that are loud as shit.
The 212s?
Yeah. It was all A-stars for our drill rigging, but coming to and from, it's fucking giant helicopters.
I don't know if you remember what the drill, I'd assume you're on an A5 you're coring.
Yeah.
But they have
hydrocores.
Yeah, hydrocores. And now they bring out a really, really, just this one investor. It's for damn, I can't remember anything right now. Just this investor, they're trying to sell Skeena, the Golden Triangle.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell their mine, and they brought out a 212 so it can pick up the drill. So usually when you fly a drill, you fly it in 3 different parts: the mask, the control panel, and then the frame.
Yeah.
And not in that order, but you fly it out like that. And then they bought this one heli, and it can pick up 3 big parts and just drop it off on a pad, like, and it's so cool. You like barely work. It's so easy. Yeah, it's so easy.
Dude, I've had to land shacks on the side of a mountain, and the helicopter downwash is blowing the shack sideways. And so you're
like almost dying.
You're fighting the downwash, which is the helicopter propeller's wind that it generates. If it's on the side of a mountain, the wind is going to blow it sideways eventually. It'll hit the mountain and then blow everything sideways on you. You're trying to land this like 200-pound shack that's like 20 by 20, but it's fiberglass, so it's super light. And all you have is a rope on the corner, and the wind's like throwing it sideways. Everything's in place. You're trying to shell it all. So you can't just like put it and move it. It has to like slip on like a glove kind of.
Oh yeah.
The whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. You're just fighting with the elements. Like whenever, like I actually this is a recent time I almost died. So we're flying, we're on 7,000 feet above ground level or sea level, and the heli's coming up, and we just keep getting clouds. So like the rest of the area is like cloudless, but the heli flies to us, and like the one spot there's always a cloud. So then the guy's like, screw it, I'll just land this here. You guys communicate with me. And the entire time he can't see my hand signals. I'm trying to talk to him on the radio, but he can't hear me because of his propellers. And he's like, he's coming in from the side of the mountain, and he's like just like grazing the items or the equipment on the side of the like one time with a bundle of rods, and it's spinning out of control. And I'm just like, dude, just drop it. I'm not coming in to grab that.
You have to touch it on the ground or something at least to stop the spin. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, dude, fuck this, man. I'm not
deadly,
not
dude.
For it. Yeah.
I remember going for a bundle of rods, which is imagine a single rod is about a 6-foot cylinder of steel by 9 feet. It was 3 meters for me, and this is a bundle of like 20 of them. And I go up to grab this the bundle of rods so that I can kind of like guide it over to where I want it, and it's just above this frozen puddle, and I just go whoop right under it. Like you couldn't do it better if you tried, but I just slipped right under it.
And then you can die.
And you could literally, if he didn't know and he started putting the rods down, I'd been crushed and gone to the hospital, which is about 5 hours away in Yellowknife of an airplane. But he recognized and just pulled up real quick. But yeah, not like I was trying to, but just floop right underneath this giant bundle of rods. It's a dangerous job, dude. Our friend Greg said he almost cut his foot off.
Oh,
just
yeah,
being
I remember
a dumbass.
That thing fucking landed right on his.
Yeah.
Bob McGee, listening to you guys tell these stories, says, "F that. I hope you were compensated."
Oh well. yeah. That's just you work about 3 months and you make 60 grand a year. Yeah.
Bob McGee, I had a job where I had to physically climb trees 40 feet to do Christmas lights in trees. That's enough for me.
Yeah.
Pretty good job.
And that's just I opted to make less money and work all year round just to enjoy my life and actually be able to do something, because it's not it's not congruent to a successful personal life if you just do that, right? You're like it's not to say you can't get a wife and kids. There's lots of people out there with wives and kids.
Yes,
but it's gonna be very toxic for the most part. Like,
the work environment's toxic, and you can't be a martial artist. Like I try to train every day.
You can't commit to anything.
No, nothing.
You're committed to your job at that point,
right? Even like diet and exercise is hard to commit to, because you're just like at wit's end, especially when you're doing a helping where it's real hard work and you're like barely making it every day. You're not like, oh, I'm just going to have a salad and go to bed, right? You're like, fuck this. I'm eating, right?
All the steaks.
Especially when you're on night shift and you get off work and it's breakfast is on the table.
Yeah.
I was just like baking fucking pancakes. Let's go. All of it.
And Benny.
And then you're like waddling to bed and you go right to sleep.
Oh, dude.
Right. Yeah.
I was just at this camp for the last 3 months, and then I had to take this month off. Like I wanted to fight, and I don't know if those fights are going to happen, but I'm going to try for the next 2 weeks.
You want a drink?
Sure.
Let's give this guy a drink. Yeah, that was a very unbalanced period of my life. You go ahead and say when. Very unbalanced period of my life. It was not going to be successful if I kept on with that. Monetarily, yeah. Sorry, that's like monetarily fucking rich. Your wildest dreams, you could afford it.
Yeah.
You'll never actually develop a proper life as far as a healthy kind of living. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I feel it, and like get a little soft here, but on like the dating world, like I'll meet a girl, I'll be out for like 2 weeks, and then we hit it off real good. I'll go to work for like a month, and then I come back and they're kind of cold. We still hang out, and then I go out to work again. Gone.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, you know, cold as fuck. And I'm just like, shit, you know, just hard to meet.
Yeah. No, you move on, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to make a life with the grifter, the vagabond. It's a lot easier to make a life with a guy who's there every day.
Yeah, making like 30K or 10K.
Right. It does, because money doesn't mean much when it's your emotional kind of right health that you're worried about.
See so many of those guys, so many of those families break up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
these guys got good jobs. They get chicks. They get married. They have kids. They have a family, but they're gone for at least half of every month. You know, like if not 3/4 of every month.
They're gone, and they'll come back with a giant beard. And like I've heard stories of guys telling me like their kids don't recognize them when they come back from work.
That's so sad.
It's really sad, dude.
Yeah.
Like your whole what you're doing this for is kind of out the window now.
Did you see that clip with Bert Kreischer or whatever, and that other guy talking about
Chris DiStefano? Yeah, and Chris starts
like,
crying.
I wish I could tell you it gets better, but it doesn't.
Yeah, Bert doesn't do shit for his kids. He's gone all the time. You see guys like Joe or like Brendan that actively hinder their career to spend more time with their families. Bert doesn't do that. He just goes and goes and goes, and then like, oh, sorry. Well, sorry.
Yeah. I think my plan is to probably invest the money into real estate and then I'll pick something. But I think I definitely 100% still be the kind of guy who wants to like involve his entire life around his career, but just be in town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still work 12-hour days.
And find a good balance for that. There's absolutely no balance in what you're doing now. And it's fine. And just remember that you're doing this for a reason. Don't go spend all your money at the strippers afterwards. That's what everybody does.
You make enough money working there that you can make some major investments and then, you know, do whatever. Real estate's always good.
On our way up to Nunavut, a whole shift, which is people who are there for the next 4 or 5 weeks, they fly up to Nunavut together. So there's like 6 to 8 of us all flying up there. We all stay the night in Yellowknife and we all go to the goddamn Harley's. It's not a biker. It's just called Harley's. It's a greasy strip club that's like not much bigger than this room. And the stage is like 1 foot higher than the regular floor. That is like anyone could just fall onto the stage. But we'd always go there. It's open till 2 or 3 in the morning, and it's like right next to our hotel. And it was bad news because everybody's there with money that they're not going to be able to spend for the next month or so. And they're like, well, I might as well like use this money that I've got here.
What we were talking about earlier with guys being away for a while working. Bob McGee says that's only true in modern society, though. Like, because of the phones. Not working out. Because like back in the day, guys would fucking go to war for months and come back.
No matter how bad your marriage was, people just didn't break up. Exactly. They didn't get divorced back then. They just hated each other for the rest of their lives.
I can't remember who Bob McGee is in real life.
He's the guy. He kept trying to get us to do the cabal wrist. That was that one called?
The gematria.
Gematria. Yeah. He was really into that. And then I went into it and looked it up, and it's not as juicy a conspiracy topic as a lot of them
are. It comes up a lot though. It's not really like a conspiracy. It's like numerology and stuff. It's like and we went through it, and there's a lot of really like the word Jesus, when you break it down into numerical values and stuff, it adds up to this one number, and like a whole bunch of other words in like biblical sense add up to the exact same number when you do it. Like A is 1, B is 2, when you add those numbers up through. So like, and then you do the GESUS. So there is something there. It's not devoid of controversy and Bob McGee says it's pretty goofy, but an interesting topic on your
own. Oh yeah, it is. I liked it too.
Chapter of Genesis.
We're almost ready for a new conspiracy episode. It's been a couple of months.
Yeah,
if not more.
All
Last
the conspiracies been coming true.
There's no more such thing as a conspiracy.
The Visor director just came out a few days ago in a COVID hearing in front of the EU.
Yeah,
and she was asked, did they test if the vaccine stopped transmission?
Yeah,
before they administered it, and no, they didn't test it at all.
And that
so that means
blows shit up into people's face
because
so
that means we were told we couldn't participate in society for nothing. It wasn't based off science. Nothing. It was based off zero science.
And all those fucking righteous fucking zealots that wanted to tout the fact that you're killing grandma, or like, no, you just want the high ground, the moral high ground.
Yeah.
And that's so blatantly obvious that if you're still that guy, it looks really bad. Most people have found themselves to the center, like left or right, you've been pushed to the center regardless. But if you're still out there on the extremes of either side, oh my God. Alex Jones got fined $1 billion. Do you see that?
That was for the Sandy Hook thing.
Yeah.
He was trying to say that was
he
fake.
fucking skipped town. No one knows where he is or anything.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah.
The thing is, he was making almost like $1 million a day.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, he was making sometimes over $1 million a day or something like that. Like he was doing over 800K a day.
You tell me to give you $1 billion? Fuck you. If I have $1 billion to give you, you're never gonna see me.
No, but that's why that number's so high, because it's based off of how much money he made.
So let's say that's fucking 80% of his net worth. If I have $1.2 billion or something sitting around, like goodbye, you're never gonna see me again.
I would love to have Alex Jones on the
Right.
Dude, he's so crazy though.
We'd have to make the best tinfoil hats for that episode. The best.
Professional.
Oh yeah, he probably knows some good tricks.
Yeah.
He's like, no, guys, like this. You
shiny side on the out. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Are you a conspiracy guy there, Aman?
No, but I believe. I don't know, man.
Do you believe?
I believe. I believe in some things. I was like super left wing when COVID came out, and then I was even left wing. Like I lived with my grandma, and then she died from broken heart syndrome because none of the other grandkids would come watch, or, like go see her, and I was out at work, and I was still left.
I'll give you this.
But after that, I don't know. After that, I was like, dude, this shit's fucked. Like people are dying from not seeing their grandkids. You know what I mean? And like they're still like it's still here. Yeah.
I don't want to discredit that, but I'm pretty sure the doctors didn't put broken heart on the fucking on the death certificate.
I think a lot of people did actually die from broken heart syndrome. They're just alone.
I'm pretty sure they call it something else is all I'm saying. Like I get it.
It's called dying sad and alone.
Yeah, which will happen anyway.
No, you see the crack, the jagged crack right through the heart. It's broken. It's clearly broken.
You guys should have went and saw Grandma because you fucking broke her damn heart. You
it was
bastards.
super sad. It was like right after her birthday. I was like really sad.
That's shitty.
It.
I'm sorry to make light of that, but okay. I don't think that's a diagnosis.
It might not be.
Yeah,
it's just like I don't know. It's like help. How she died. But
no, it doesn't help at all.
When people are in good spirits, they're healthier. So
and you hear that of like an 80-year-old husband dies and the wife dies soon after, and people say, "Oh, that's because she had a broken heart or something." Like maybe people just give up.
I think when you're old, you can just kind of like turn off.
Yeah, you can just give up and be like, I don't fucking want to fight this anymore. I'm gonna breathe shallow.
Dude, actually, no. If you could just turn off. My grandpa would have done it a while ago.
Right.
My Dita, he's been living in the hospital for months because he can't get a home. There's no room for him at any home. And dude, if someone was like, "Hey, here's a button. If you press it, you die," he'd fucking smash
He'd do it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even wait to say goodbye. No.
He's like setting up a mousetrap contraption to drop anvil on his head.
He's been telling us for the last 10 years he's gonna die, and like I'm gonna die in the next month. Doctor said I got 2 weeks to live.
Right.
It's like
damn. So he's just in the hospital, eh? Like that's shitty.
And
sorry to hear.
Like he was always like a joke though. Like he'd be serious, but he's like, oh yeah, I talked to the doctor. He says I got maybe 2 weeks to live, and he'd just be sick. He'd just be like overplaying it and like.
He's trying to convince. He's trying to placebo himself to death.
But eventually his back started to really hurt, and he's not going to go to a chiropractor, and like so he's just like. Living with like the most painful back. He's like, every time he stands up.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. And it's
shitty thing is he could probably live another 10 years or something worth of shit.
That's what I mean. Is like he's at the point where he just wants to die.
Yeah.
And I feel bad, you know what I mean? Because like life isn't good for him anymore. It doesn't matter how much we were in it, like he's in pain all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the point where he's like I don't know for sure, but it seems like he's like gonna get addicted to the painkillers he's on because he tells me that's he's like, oh, the doctor gave me pills, good pills, oh, these are the best. They don't fix anything, they just make life bearable for him, you know what I mean?
That sucks.
So
that's really shitty. I think I have one grandparent left. She lives in Montreal and does not speak English. And I haven't talked to her in 15 years or something.
Well, you couldn't.
I do speak French, real shitty. Like I speak like a second grader.
Oh.
because that was the last time I was in French school. It was in fourth grade. I did fourth grade in French immersion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And first and second, but everything else just full on. When you go to America, there's no such thing as French immersion. Maybe if you were like rich and you wanted to put your kid in private school or something, right?
More likely to get Spanish immersion down there.
Dude,
or just Spanish class.
Man, yesterday Brandon went up to what's that guy's name again?
No, I don't know.
Fuck.
Sorry, dude.
Dude, I'm so bad with remembering stuff.
You should try Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, I should.
Yeah. But you're starting a story?
Yeah, Justin Greener, maybe.
Justin Grenier?
Grenier? Yeah. Brandon just like went up to him, started speaking Spanish, and then I was like, "Yo, that's so
native."
Oh, I know.
Because Brandon knows Spanish, and he looks a little bit, but not.
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude. So funny, dude.
Not really. Yeah, because Brandon grew up in California as well, where it's just pure Spanish.
Dude, Brandon grew up all over the place.
Burns, like he was actually in and out of California.
Okay.
He'd go down there for like summer.
Yeah, that's no good. That's no good at all. But yeah, you were training with Justin last week. You know that's who Jeremy Delorme. Oh, Jeremy Delorme's never been on our thing. So these names are landing on deaf ears.
It'd be nice to get
now.
Jeremy on here one time. I've asked him, but
they grew up together. Is the gist of my story.
Oh,
Jeremy and Justin.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. And one day, if they ever come on this show, people will know who the fuck we're talking about, but they don't right now. So let's get over this.
Fair enough.
Aman, you're dressed up fancy as shit. What the fuck is that flannel?
Yeah, it is. Is it $30 shirt?
Plaid flannel. Make up your mind.
What are you driving here? What'd you pull up in?
My Mustang. 06.
You drive a Mustang.
Nice. Yes, sir.
That's balling as shit.
Yeah,
I like that.
It was $6,000.
$6,000 Mustang.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is it?
Nice.
Fucking stolen,
dude. It was maybe I got it during the recession in Alberta in like 2017 or 2016. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, some lady was just like, I gotta get rid of it. And I was like, I will definitely take that off your hands.
Right.
Nice. And never had any problems with it or anything?
Oh, so many problems. I put so much money into that thing. But I just love it so much.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And it's real loud and it's real fast. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and it's super nice to sit in. But right now, I drove over a tree like 4 days ago.
Well, that's not smart.
Not smart at all. I kind of fucked up the
everything
rear axle. Maybe
okay.
I just need to put WD-40 on it or something. Just sounds like
right.
sneaky.
I'm so upset with loud cars. Like, there's absolutely no reason whatsoever to have a loud muffler on the back of your car.
They drive past here all the time, and
I
just like,
I have a 1-ton diesel that's quieter than my girlfriend's fucking half-ton 150. Just because there's a giant muffler on the back of it or something, and just goes blah, 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 blah. It sounds like a Harley or something going everywhere. And we live in the middle of town. Like, I'm pissed off when I hear other people. They're pissed off at us for sure. And then winter comes and you got to run it for like 30 minutes in the morning.
Bikes are the loudest though, man.
The Harleys and stuff. Yeah, definitely.
Like when they drive right through here, like it like echoes off the houses across the
street.
And
they do it on purpose.
So loud, car alarms go off.
I hate it. I used to think like, oh, that puts like 10 horsepower or something on your car. No, not at all. It's just for show.
Yeah.
It's like drawing a dick on your, like, hey, people are going to look at me more now that I have a dick on the side of my car.
Yeah.
It's literally the same. You're just as douchey as having a dick on the side of your car.
South Park had an episode about
that. Where they yell fags a bunch,
yeah, and everyone's like, you can't be calling people fags. Like,
we can't be saying
they're not
that.
gay, they're just fags. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, I think the Jews in power won't like us saying that word, so we gotta.
I'm sorry.
We love Jews.
Yeah.
And black people. I think that's the gist of this show.
Well, what about brown people?
Hey, we're clearly friends with brown people. You can't get mad at me. Please don't cancel us.
Yeah.
Dude, it sounds like you got a real problem with black people.
Canceled. Yeah. How dare you acknowledge?
Yeah, I'm mostly black.
Man, I worked with this one driller. His name's Connor.
Mm-hmm.
He's the whitest man you'd ever see. he had this stupid lie. He just like tell it to everyone so he could say the N-word. And he was like, I'm actually like 1/3 black. My grandpa was black.
Wow.
And then I was like, I don't know, he just showed me photos and I was like, yo, isn't your grandpa black? And he's like in the military and it's just like this white dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, he was Italian, but they just called him the N-word.
Oh no. That used to be a bad thing. To be Irish or Italian back in the day was like a minority.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I can see that.
We had a friend who used the N-word a lot, and he looked really white, but he was actually like half native as well. So
that does nothing.
The thing is,
Aman gets a better pass than him.
His stepdad was black, so he was raised by a black guy for at least a while. Yeah. So like nowadays, when people call him out on, well, I was raised by a black guy, so fuck it. And he's white as fuck.
I know the black guy too. He was my football coach. Blank guy's stepdad that you're talking about. He was my football coach back in.
Oh, that's right.
In the days where I played with the Axemen here in Prince George.
Oh, okay.
I knew. So you can say it too. He was my seventh grade teacher as well. And plus, not only that, yeah, I lived with my mom and her boyfriend who was black for fucking 3 years. He had 3 sons too. Mm-hmm. And not once did I ever think like, oh, this is fucking fair game.
Right? Cassandra says, Marky still uses the N-word.
Hey, we're not doing names. We're not doing names.
She just
today.
threw him under the bus.
Allegedly, some guy that I've never heard of named Marky does this. And that sounds like a fictional character to me. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Who names their kid Marky?
Yeah. N-words.
That group chat Samir made, there's like a bunch of people in there I don't even know. I think
on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know most of the people in there.
Keep her going. I gotta do it.
Yeah, I think it's all your friends. But
no, Matt's my friend that's in there. But like the rest of you guys are all from K10. There's like Samir, Tate, you, Carter. It's all the boys from the gym. I saw some Ryan guy in there. I don't know who that is, but Dakota's in there.
I think
we got a minor in there.
Did you see him in the? Are you going to that party on Saturday?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Oh, yeah. There's fights on. I'll just go after that. What time is it at?
Probably start late. I think Lambda opens at 9.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I assume 9 or 10.
Fights are on. Main card's at like 4 tomorrow or on Saturday. So
yeah,
that works out. Hell yeah. That's for the city council thing. That's like a celebration thing or what?
Yeah, no, his anniversary was today. I think his birthday's tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully he wins. I'm pretty sure he'll win, but
yeah, I think he'll make it in. There's like 8 spots and like 20 people.
Yeah, he seems really popular, but like everyone I talk to is, his student. So it's just like, and a business owner downtown. So business owners downtown, like, they'll probably vote him in, but
I think he's done a lot of work downtown, just going and talking to people, and he's got a reputation in this city for coaching everybody's kids and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And those people wouldn't be sending their kids there if they didn't like what Carm was teaching their kids, right? There's a lot of people in this town that trust Carm to instill like good values into their children. So that says a lot on its own. But,
dude, I remember, man, when COVID ended. I'd be going to the Lambda. It's weird. No one goes there anymore, but Lambda is the only place open.
Lambda is the gay bar.
Yeah, I was going there for straight dick.
Mon's like,
I'm not telling you this. This is for the internet.
All right. It is the gay friendly bar, and there's hella women, but
trust me, there was fucking women, straight women.
Not no more, but there was. But we'd be there and we're like waiting in line, and Carm would be on like the corner there. The bar owner loved him. And he'd just be going off on speeches, just spitting facts. And like we were all like, there's a lineup going all the way to like the Clover to getting into the Lambda, and we're all like clapping him on and shit. It was fire, bro.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Great. And not one dick was sucked by Aman there. I swear to God. Yeah, take me at my word for that.
So we going to the Clover tonight, or is that the plan?
I don't know about this. I don't think so. I don't even have a wallet on me, honestly. But
I owe you.
You won't get ID today. You got 2 guys willing to pay for a burger. He pays for a burger. I'll pay for 2 beers.
1, 2.
I probably owe Alex a burger.
Right. I'm not against it. I'm not for it at all. We'll see. I was telling him on this. goddamn, first time in a long time, I went and drank 3 pints for lunch. During work. Yeah.
Wow,
Good
done that forever.
Lord, I was tired.
Sober October right now.
We just went for a burger, and like we were like we weren't gonna sit there and eat my sandwich or something. So I was like, "Oh, are we going to the BX?" And buddy, at the end of the day or halfway through the day, he's like, "Yeah, let's go to the BX." And he was gonna pay for everything, right? So that's why I asked. I wasn't like saying, "Let's do this." And then we end up there, drink a beer, we order a second one, and then another guy shows up and like starts ordering. So it's like, fuck, now we got to sit here for like another half hour or something and drink. And it just turned into like 3 beers, and it was too much for lunch.
Samuel McLaren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Samuel McLaren says Aman broke up 4 fights on the first night Lambda was opened.
I did do that. That was fun.
What?
Yeah.
Aman broke up 4 fights.
Yeah, but I remember Lambda open when Aman was like 16 or something. Like I was very young going to Lambda.
No. When COVID ended, there was just a bunch of fights, and then yeah, there was a bunch of fights, and you just like, I don't know, man. I was trying to keep the Lambda open. I was like, hey, my coach likes this place. I like.
Oh, you mean when it was open back up from the pandemic?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Initially, when it was open,
fun.
that was like 2012 or something like that. Like
I was sneaking in there.
You were young. Yeah. You weren't legal at that time.
No. I would take. I didn't even have a fake ID. I would just take people's stamps. They'd like put it in a puddle.
Yeah.
And like put it on my hand. And I'd go through that back door by the staircase and run up the hill. Or the stairs, yeah, it was fun. It was funner going out when I was like 16.
Oh yeah. Too. Oh, dude, I used to work at Boston Pizza back in the day, and going out with those guys was fucking cool. Yeah. It's just you grow up, and some of us left that scene, and some of us didn't.
Yeah. Well, there's people that come to mind that Alex and I know.
Yeah, fair. Now, I didn't really like. I did go out a couple times when I was a kid, but I was like unhealthy when I was 16. So like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
So I kind of just started like lifting weights, playing basketball and stuff. And then I made it to the senior team. So I didn't really party in high school. And I didn't party when I was like 20. I had like a girlfriend, and I just like stayed low key. But then I got dumped, and then I was like on a drilling crew. Everyone had a bunch of money, and they're just all like, I don't know. It just got super addicting.
We went like, one time they flew us all to Edmonton just to do a first aid course, like our whole drilling crew. They flew us from wherever the fuck we were. We're all over BC, and there's people in East Coast Maritimes, whatever the fuck you call those. Yeah, Newfoundland. They flew us all to Edmonton. They gave us all a hotel room right next to each other, and they said, in the morning we're gonna do first aid, and we're gonna have a big meeting.
And you guys
we just got fucked, like absolutely fucked up. I didn't sleep a wink that night. My one friend took a cap full of GHB and fucking partied his ass off for a good hour or two. Done. People were slapping him in the face, twisting his nipples, fucking screaming in his ear. Nothing would get that guy up. Nothing would wake this guy up. And they flew him here just to attend the fucking meeting in the morning. He was not waking up for shit, dude.
Oh,
dude, that's messed up.
We went crazy, dude. And we were none of us are from Edmonton, but we're all there together. Like,
dude, Edmonton's a bad spot to put a bunch of drillers.
Yeah, dude. Especially people who it was the middle of January. We'd all been laid off for a good month or two with nothing better to do but then just go fucking crazy, right? Insane, absolutely insane. I remember waking up and being like, oh fuck, I gotta go, running out. And then when I get back to Prince George, buddy that was staying in the room with me, because it was double rooms, was like, you forgot your fucking shoes. And he brought my shoes for me all the way back from Edmonton, because I had boots and shoes, and I was like, fucking, I just ran out the door really quick. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane. And the buddy with the GHB, I never saw him again. He ended up going to jail a few years later, but I never, he must have missed his plane and caught another one, because he was not with us when we left.
Dude, just this weekend, actually, we were drinking with I don't know if you know him. He's a project manager now. Probably was a driller back in your time. His name's Beaudry.
Yeah.
And dude, he was like, come to my house. We're at BX Pub.
But he wasn't exploration. He was always
geotechnical.
Yeah, he was always the small drills.
Geotechnical is sick, dude. But yeah, small drills, but big pipe. But
Shay did fuck his leg up.
Oh no.
Oh wow. Yeah, I could pose with a goddamn cast on my leg. Or what's that? A sling or what do we call it?
It's like in the hospital, dude.
Yeah, I could fucking pose in a hospital
get in there too,
with a brace on my leg, and a bunch of sympathy coming my way. That's fucking hilarious. Faking
dude. He's definitely faking it. That's fake. Fake news.
Fake news, Shay.
Yeah, love you, Shay. Thank you so much.
Shay, you're gonna get us another strike on YouTube.
I hope your knee
misinformation.
Yeah, you're misinforming us right now, you piece of shit.
Yeah. On a real note, though, I hope your knee heals. But
I feel
that is
misinformed.
A shitty injury.
Yeah. So how you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good. Aman, is there anything you'd like to tell our goddamn audience here?
I have an interesting story.
Please do.
Okay, so like one time, this is so random.
Yeah.
Just like one time I was so thankful I learned how to fight. But this dude was trying to date rape me. And
for real?
Yeah, dude.
So you were out on a date?
No, dude. I was.
That's how it works.
I was at a party and he was just like putting drugs in my drinks.
Yeah, really? That's not date rape. That's full on rape, dude.
That is full on rape. That's
date rape implies you were like into it for a bit.
Oh, really?
Or like you went on a date with.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah, you have to date.
I gotta stop using.
You have to date the person to date rape. But I don't even like saying this word over and over again.
You said people who get date raped are into it.
You have to be initially into the prospect of hanging out with the person to be on a date.
The drug is called date rape.
Oh no. That's a pejorative term that everyone uses.
Yeah. So like,
in order to date rape, you need to entice the person into a date where there's no fucking there's no initiation of sexual activity at all, and then force the. Otherwise, it's just plain old rape. Good old fashioned rape.
Yeah. Hey, this will be our final episode.
Woo!
We are officially getting canceled. I just got word.
No way.
Yeah, fucking YouTube just sent me a message. We're fucked. Mark Zuckerberg said, "Don't try it."
Marky Mark came over and called us the N-word.
That's the Mark we're talking about. So how'd you enjoy your time on the podcast, Aman?
Oh, dude, it's been
finish your story. Finish your story. This guy get one finger or two?
No, dude. So we're like at a party and these girls are telling me he's like putting stuff in my drink and only my drink, and they thought it was weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, it was really weird.
No, it's full on weird.
Yeah, he's like, and then I don't know. I just kept like pouring the drinks in the sink and I like filled them with water and I like.
Do you ever do the over the shoulder, the fake shot?
No.
Where you just throw it over your shoulder?
I'm pretty finesse, but I'm not that finesse.
Yeah, that's full on. Yeah.
But
you open your collar and you pour it down their back.
Really?
Yeah, it goes right in your ass crack. Just looks like you shit yourself.
No, I did not do that. But yeah, so he was like pouring fucking pills in my like drink, and then I don't know, I'm drinking water and stuff, and then like these girls go downstairs in his house, and I'm upstairs trying to avoid them. I was like playing Smash Bros.
Avoiding the girls?
Avoiding him.
Oh,
I'm just like,
yeah. You're like, these rape attempts are weird, but I'm not going anywhere. This Smash Bros. Action.
As long as I can play Smash Bros.
Yeah, dude. So I started playing Smash Bros. And he like tries to cuddle me, and I was like, "Whoa, bro!" And then I just like push him off me, and then he like tries to take off his clothes. I start fucking like just punching him,
just hammering him,
and then I'm like trying to get out of this house.
You just beat him off you, or what?
Yeah.
Give him a little dip.
There's only one way, yeah.
And then I don't know, I get into my I'm driving. I'm like, I know I can't like leave this house because I'm like hammered and I'm broke at this time. I can't afford a cab. But I'm just like, fuck it. This is like so sketch. I gotta get out of here. And I'm like leaving. He's like hammering the window. He's like, you can't drive. And I get home and then he's like, hey, you make it home safe?
Like, and dick pic,
I care about you.
And I was like,
yeah.
Block.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If a guy did that to a woman, he'd be in jail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could have pressed charges, but I was like, that is super weird.
Mm-hmm.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
It was a little sus. It was really sus.
Oh, extreme, yeah.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 sus.
Yeah, dude, it was so sus.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, Smash Bros, you know?
Smash Bros?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
It's pretty chill.
It was so fun.
I missed it when Bob McGee said it, but they said, I wish I could like this 100 times.
Oh, no,
that's a
thank you,
nice
Bob.
comment.
We
Thanks.
appreciate it.
If we get 100 likes on this video, we'll know why.
Bob.
Yeah,
I still want to know what your actual name is. Bob McGee sounds like the most fake name. And I'm sorry if that's your real name.
Maybe
I'm not
he
trying
told
to,
us or
Yeah.
she
No.
told
I remember saying this before. Bob McGee sounds like the fakest name
It
in the
is.
fucking world.
It's not his real name. Do you know any Bobs?
No. Do you know any McGee's?
Yeah. I don't know either.
Right.
That's hilarious.
But maybe it is. And I love you, Bob. I'm sure you're our number one fan from fucking Timbuktu.
Yeah. Him and his girlfriend, Mrs. Smith.
Yeah. Agent Smith. Bob, we appreciate it. I really like that you're a repeat customer through all this, and you're fucking you and Sam McLean are,
you're enjoying yourself.
Cleaning up this fucking chat. Thank you so much.
So
the moral of the story is don't get fucked in the butt.
No, avoid getting fucked in the butt all the time.
Even if it comes to a couple more rounds of Smash Bros. Don't get fucked in the butt.
Yeah, don't let the bros smash.
Yeah,
no, not at all. You should never let that happen. Just train a kite in MMA, learn grappling and boxing, and don't let that happen to yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Don't give up your back.
I was gonna say, don't leave yourself exposed.
Don't give up your back.
Yeah.
That's about it. Ultimately, you're intact, and we love you. We appreciate you coming on a goddamn podcast. This has been the shit. I really liked it. I really like us getting back away from the COVID conversation and stuff.
People know our stance on it now. We don't need to keep
shit out of me, dude.
Dude, it's so boring. Like, I get it. I think it's fake. I thought in the beginning of it,
and
maybe
everyone does too. But it doesn't take 3 hours to fucking say that, let alone 9 hours of what we did in the last
dude. We did 3 episodes of freedom shit. So like now we got to switch it up for a while.
But it is fine. It was just personally fucking. I'm over that. And give it some time. Absence makes the heart fonder, and we'll fucking be back into it.
Yeah. With that said, do you have any final thoughts, Aman?
Yeah, like Jerry Springer.
No.
Words of wisdom for
watch local MMA tournaments and
fake a monologue. Fake a monologue. Tell us what we should be thinking and feeling.
Yeah.
Just watch MMA, bros.
That was the worst monologue.
Give a message to the kids.
I got no messages. I am a kid. But
okay, so
vote for Carm.
Vote for Carm.
The message here, folks, is no matter how hard you want to be liked by your peers, just don't give up your back.
Goldfinger's who's Goldfinger's hat? They said, "Let's go, Aman. You should have told us you were on tonight."
Oh no!
Shit, we're just ending, but you'll be able to restart this and check it all out.
It's Samir. Thank you, Samir.
What's up, Samir?
Samir is, as some of you know, is a previous guest that we've had on before too. Thank you so much, Samir. We're just wrapping it up right now.
We should rename this podcast to PG's Finest.
PG's Finest.
Just interview people.
Honestly, at the rate we're doing now, I don't think it's going to hurt our viewership if we just completely rebrand everything.
I think
the crowded room.
I did too. Yeah.
Every certain amount, like every 50 episodes, change the fucking name and the premise and the fucking room. You know, like do it somewhere else.
Right.
Like it doesn't.
If you ever get successful, that's suicide.
It's still the same channel.
Though.
It's my channel.
It shows up on their feed. It's like an SSI number or something.
And like it's still the same thing, just just a little bit different every 50 episodes. Just a little bit different. Right?
All right, guys, keep your fucking backs on the mats and don't play Smash Bros when you don't really fucking want to. You know. It's okay. It's chill. It's chill if you chill here. We've been the Crowded Room Podcast.
Have a good night,
guys. And on behalf of Aman, Seehra, Jer Pilsick, I'm Alex Price. This has been another episode.
Suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. Hop into the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes where they go running high to be known when alive when the union arises. Streetlight shining, know my time's arriving. Out when it's dark cause we midnight vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, never think about dying. Pulls up in the dark and we hang out with the Batman. Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright winding. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap on my first track. Killing shit cause I've been begging. Suicide on the second. I don't care, just accept it. Knife swipe and get doomed. Switchblade coming soon. Chill, sell your spine when we howl up to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast spot. Make it eyes one, short now slice with the right swat. Blood on my fist, knife dance on my wrist. Moonshine with the blade, just cruising through the mist. Little bit of midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. Hop into the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes where they go running high to be known when alive when the union arises. A little bit of midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise.